If you're considering moving to Ottawa, I'm sure that you have many questions about the city and what it's like living here. If you are a parent, I'm sure you're equally concerned about your child's safety and education in a new city. In this video, I'm going to review some frequently asked questions I get from newcomers who are moving to Ottawa. It can be tough to figure out exactly what living in a new city will be like. I hope this video will answer many of your questions. If by the end of this video you are left with unanswered questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to answer them in a future video. Now let's get into some of the most common questions people have about living in Ottawa. Hi everyone, I'm Candice Trzmiel and I help families relocate to Ottawa, Canada. If you are looking to move to Ottawa, check out my channel where I post videos to help answer some of the most common questions I get about the city. If you're moving to Ottawa and need advice on where to live, I have you covered. Book a completely free neighborhood discovery call with me. The link is in the description below. Now let's get started. Here are the most common questions people have about living in Ottawa. First, let's review the cost of living. Ottawa has become a location in which people from more expensive cities like Toronto or Vancouver are actually flocking to, as the cost of living here is much lower. Although lower than some major cities in Canada, Ottawa is still not cheap. Our average home price is just under $750,000, and with inflation, the cost of everything in this city has gone up. As Ottawa is cheaper than many other major cities, it has become more and more popular, as people are realizing their money will go much further here. If you are looking for a more in-depth overview of the cost of living, I have a whole video on that alone. It is linked above if you'd like to check it out. Many people also wonder what the job market is like here in Ottawa. Ottawa is an interesting city as much of the population actually works for the Government of Canada. You will also find there is a huge tech community here, as we have the world's second largest tech park located right here in our suburb of Kanata. The healthcare industry is big in Ottawa as well. We are home to some major hospitals and research centers. We currently are sitting at a 4.9% unemployment rate, which is historically low. Depending on your level of education and experience, there are plenty of jobs in different sectors here in Ottawa. Now, you might be curious to know what the weather is like in Ottawa year-round. Ottawa is primarily known as an extremely cold and snowy city. Although that is not false, let's review an actual year of weather here. Let's start with the summer. Come May, the weather in Ottawa is really beautiful. We have some pretty hot and humid days here. July and August are two of the hottest months, and you can expect many sunny and hot days. The weather cools off by the end of September as we approach fall. Fall is one of my favorite seasons here. It averages around 10 to 15 degrees and is normally pretty sunny, although we will get rainy days. The leaves change from green to orange and brown here from October to November, and the city is beautiful during this time. By December, we normally have our first snowfall, and the temperatures will get cooler throughout January and February. Some days can even reach -30. I recommend booking a trip south during this time. By March and April, things start warming up as we enter spring. You can expect rain and messy streets as the snow melts. Ottawa is a city that does in fact get 4 true seasons, which makes it a beautiful and unique city all year long. One of the main questions I receive is, what is the best neighborhood to live in Ottawa? That is a very complex question, as it comes down to what you are looking for. If you have kids and are looking for a quiet lifestyle, I would recommend our suburbs here. If you are a young professional, I might recommend downtown or Westboro. Luckily, we have some great neighborhoods here in Ottawa, and you really can't go wrong with many. If you are looking for a neighborhood that, for example, has great schools and is safe, or a lively neighborhood with things to do, please reach out to me and I can recommend some neighborhoods that will work for you. Now, many people are actually just curious to find out what Ottawa is known for. When you think of Ottawa, you might think of the Parliament Building or the world-famous largest skating rink, the Rideau Canal. There's so much more that Ottawa is known for, and this is just the short list. There's Ottawa Beaver Tails, which are a sweet pastry most commonly available in the winter months that are made out of nothing other than sugar and dough, despite the name. The Canadian Tulip Festival brings thousands of tourists to Ottawa every spring. Canada Day, which falls on July 1st, is a huge celebration that takes over Ottawa's downtown core. As you can see, Ottawa is known for a lot. Although we can get a rap of being a boring town, there is truly a lot to do here. That is my overview of the most frequently asked questions people have when moving to Ottawa. Please leave your questions about Ottawa in the comments below, and I will make a part 2 to this video answering your questions. Thank you so much for watching.